What is up, you guys? So today we're gonna go ahead and jump on this '03 BMW 330xi. So now we're gonna go ahead and get this puppy prepped and ready to go. Let's waste no time. Let's get to it. Okay, so now here she is. Now she's at the shop and she's not in the backyard of my house. So now we got to go ahead and address this issue where we have a cracked bumper here. And we definitely need to go ahead and get this thing washed first. Always wash your cars first before you get ready to do any work on them. As you can see down the side, we have a dent there right before the door handle, and we have a couple little bitty ones back here. This side, I think we have a pretty straight side, so I like to look down the side of a car like this, and you can tell if there's any dents or dings in the door. This is the best angle to get at to make sure that you got a straight side. So if you look down the side of this, it looks good. No dents or dings on this side. You see all the crackiness of this hood. I believe that this hood has been repainted before. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand this area down with 320 and we're gonna prime this area. Just in case that there's some kind of reaction or anything going on under here, that primer will seal everything and we won't have any issues when it comes to painting. So I think that is the plan for this so far. So guys, let's go ahead and get the bucket ready, the water, and let's get this thing washed. Now at this point, we're going to go around the car and get all the spots that need to be body filled. So we need to go ahead and scuff all those spots up, and let's find each and every spot. And we're going to use 80 grit sandpaper right here because we want to get a good bite on the surface that we're going to be applying the filler to. And I know I said before there was no dents on this side, but after further investigation, so the camera is not actually picking it up. There's one right here and there's one right here. I don't know if the camera's actually picking it up. Basically, all I'm gonna take my 80 grit and scuff the area where that dent is, just like so. Nothing too hard, and still have a dent here, as you can see. Same thing. I just want to scuff it up, and there's another one here. So basically, I'm gonna go around the car and find all of my dents. I'm gonna scuff it up with 80, and then I'm gonna come back and do the body filler. It only had but just a few little dings on it, all the way around on it. I mean, they're very small and minute, but I want to get these filled because black will show everything. So now at this point, we're ready to do body filler. And for the hood, we're gonna sand this down with 320. I think I've already said that before. We're going to sand this all the way down, and then we're going to prime it just to seal whatever this area is, because anytime you see paint that's flaky or look weird looking, I wouldn't trust the paint over it. So let's go ahead and we're going to seal this area right here with primer. And we're going to come back to this spot right here. I'm going to show you how to do plastic welding. So we're going to do plastic welding on this spot, and then we're going to go with fiberglass filler to strengthen this area up so it'll be good. And also we got chip and paint, so we're going to have to sand that and feather all that in. All right, here we're going to go ahead and mix up the body filler. So we got all the body filler on the car now. So while we wait, we're gonna go ahead and jump on the front bumper and fixing that. While that is drying, we're gonna go ahead and attack this front bumper here. Where is this crack? So right here, when we fix this crack, so right here, we got a little Harbor Freight. I think it was like 20 bucks. It actually came with plastic for you to be able to repair this spot. So basically, you got to make sure that it's the right kind of plastic for the right bumper. This is a black injected plastic bumper. Some come blue, some come gray. Make sure you have the right plastic to fill this area. So we're gonna let this warm up a bit, let the welding iron warm up, and then we're gonna go ahead and start to welding. So it's actually pretty simple. All I'm gonna do is take the end of my welding iron, which is that, and this, I'm just gonna place it right here in front of the tear, and I'm just gonna weld a little bit. Basically all it's doing is just heating up. It's heating up the plastic. So that's all it's doing. They call it welding, but I don't really foresay it's welding. But all we're doing is gonna heat up this area and put our plastic in. I'm gonna throw on about 2 pieces of tape here because it's trying to drop down and I want it to be tight. As you can see that this repair is fully done. Nothing happens, it's fully welded on. So now we're gonna go through and we're gonna sand this whole area, get all the chip paint off and all of the rough edges from the welding of the plastic. And then we're gonna fill this in with body filler. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and sand all of our body filler spots right now. And let's focus on getting the body done, and then we'll jump back onto the bumper. Okay, so now at this point, all of your body work should look like this, nice and smooth and even. So now we're getting ready to tape this thing up and then get ready to primer these areas. But first, I want to go ahead and sand this hood down, at least this bad area, at least, and get this sanded and get that bottom area sanded. And we will do this tomorrow, is get this filled before we do the primer all the way around. So let's go ahead, let's get this primer, get this sanded, and let's get this down here sanded, and then we will come back tomorrow, we'll prime this whole thing. So I had a change of plans on this area right here that I sanded. As I was sanding, it started chipping up. So I was using 320 at first, and then I switched to 180. 180 actually got it all the way down to this, and so now I got it down to the parts to where it's sticking, and it feathered really nicely. So I'm gonna leave it like this. The rest of the area is pretty good, so I'm gonna prime this whole area that you see sanded here. And then we should be good after blocking it and getting it ready for paint. So now we're gonna go ahead and switch down here. I'm just gonna get this area clean because I don't have any fiberglass filler on me right now. So this will probably be the end of the video, and I'll have to go get some fiberglass filler and we will address this first thing tomorrow. So now this area is all sanded. I tapered in all of these areas that were flaking. I used 80 grit. I did something very coarse and aggressive because I want my primer to really stick to these areas, and especially after I fill it in. And if you look really closely, like, that's not bad for a welding job on plastic. So this is kind of like what you want, and then we're gonna go in with some fiberglass filler, sand it down, prime it, and this thing will look beautiful. All right, you guys, that is it for this video. Man, I gotta go out and grab some supplies to go ahead and finish out the bumper, and then we get this thing primed tomorrow. So guys, don't miss any episodes. Hit that notification bell, and also follow your boy on Instagram at dsnutsandbolts. And like always, hit that like button and smash that subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.